Hello everybody, I'm Bob Peterson, reporting live from this year's 2015 Fantasy Football Draft Lottery. Tonight, after much anticipation, we will decide who will pick where in this year's draft. But first, we go to Chuck McRoberts downstairs to explain how the lottery will work this year.
Well, thank you, Bob. Well, this year's draft lottery will be formed a little differently than usual. Instead of rolled up paper balls, each team member's name is in one of these envelopes, and the commissioner will pick the envelopes out of this basket and in succession 1 through 8, and that will determine the picks in this year's draft.
Well, thank you, Chuck. And now we will go to our esteemed analyst, Will Chambers, who will tell us who he thinks should be picked number 1 this year. Will?
Well, hello, Bob. How you doing?
Well, Will, just tell us who you think is the best player and who should be taken number 1 this year in the draft.
Well, Bob, I think in this year's draft, you got to go with Antonio Brown, number 1 pick. The guy is phenomenal. He's consistent. He has 34 games straight of 5 catches, 50 yards. He scores touchdowns. They use him in the red zone. Ben Roethlisberger and my boys. The guy got dance moves. I mean, he's just awesome. He's awesome. There's no one else better than him in fantasy. You got to take him number 1. This is a PPR league. You got to play to that. You got to play to the scoring. You got to go with Antonio Brown. He is the best fantasy player this year, bar none.
Thank you, Will, for your wonderful analysis. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the draft lottery. We go now to the commissioner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the 2015 Fantasy Football Draft Lottery. This year, we are welcoming back everyone from last year into the league, and I'm very proud to announce that the league has gotten more competitive and better spirited as the years have gone by. I'd also like to congratulate Toby Edid, last year's winner. He won a thrilling finals matchup after sneaking in with a 2-point victory in the semifinals. Yes, it was a great year for fantasy football. We are looking forward to a better one. And now, the lottery. With the first pick in this year's 2015 Fantasy Football Draft, Joey Uziel. The second pick in this year's draft goes to Salem and Abe Franco combination. The third pick in this year's draft goes to Abe Duche. The fourth pick in this year's draft goes to Toby Edid. The fifth pick in this year's draft goes to Stephen Beda. The sixth pick in this year's draft goes to Elliot Hatt. The seventh pick in this year's draft goes to David Paul Sutton. And the eighth pick in this year's draft goes to Jacob Franco. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you all a good night.
Well, there you have it, everybody. The lottery results are now in. This year, picking first will be Joey Uziel. Second, Abe Salem, Abe Franco combination. Third, Abe Duche. Fourth, Toby Edid. Fifth, Stephen Beda. Sixth, Elliot Haddad. Seventh, David Paul Sutton. And eighth, Jacob Franco. And now, for an exclusive interview with the commissioner himself. Mr. Commissioner, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well, Bob. How are you doing?
Well, Mr. Commissioner, I'd just like to ask you, are there any changes we can expect
Well,
coming
the
to
league has grown
in terms of-
over the years, and I think some changes may be coming. Waivers, maybe we can decide on, maybe we want to change that, or something more along the line of if we want to add a few teams, expansion, it might be in the cards. I'm not sure yet. I think we're going to really want to hone in on writing a league constitution and establishing some rules to get rid of some of the fighting that's taken place over the few years, even though the fighting has been brought us some memorable moments. As usual, Elliot had it in the middle. lot of the problems.
And also, what do you think of the results?
Well, I think Joe Woos got the first pick, and that's great for him. I think it should help him boost his team after last year. He started off well and struggled mightily down the stretch. I think Salome Franco combination with number 2. It's a good pick. Can't go wrong at number 2.
And what are you going to do with the 8th pick, Mr. Greenberg?
Well, you know I can't divulge who I'm going to take with the 8th overall pick, but let's just say he's going to be really good at football.
Well, I understand that, and you have a good night, sir.
Thank you for having me, Bo. Thank you.
Well, there you have it from the commissioner himself. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Until next year, I'm Bob Peterson. Happy drafting.